I know you came under the impression that this was a memorial for Ron. While it is, and we will get to that later, April 14th, 2023 is also Ron's and my 50th wedding anniversary. So this gathering was actually planned a few months back. We had decided not to bore everyone with 50 years of Ron and Deb, but then thought, what the hell? Are you ready? Yeah. I said, are you ready? Yeah. On Saturday, April 14th, 1973, at about 10 a.m., a nervous 20-year-old fellow worried that the minister forgot to get him out of the holding room near the altar. Did she change her mind? Which was, of course, what everyone in the church was thinking. It didn't dawn on anyone that it took some effort to get 3 bridesmaids and maid of honor. By the way, she's here tonight. Where are you, Robin? Okay, she's back there. With very 70s wide-brimmed hats and bride with attached trail and cascading veil, plus 5 generously adorned daisy bouquets out of a limo. Despite everyone's fears, she happily came down the aisle on the arm of her Uncle Julie. After all, she paid for the shindig affair. She may as well enjoy it. And this was the start of Ron's and Deb's affair to remember. And so they danced. 50 years later, with square, line, and ballroom dancing under their belts, an apartment, 3 homes, 9 dogs, world travel, approximately a dozen cruises and jobs between them, and 72 themed dog parties, including tonight, they'd celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. Now understand, this is not the big hoo-ha they enjoyed 25 and 10 years ago, but just as back then, they'd be with the folks they loved. Good thing they didn't put off for tomorrow what they were able to do back then. Bottom line, they'd simply be happy everyone was here. One more thing, just between you and me, Mr. Lemke. I always knew they were wrong on that morning of April 14th, 1973. I knew back then that coming down the aisle on Uncle Julie's arm was the right thing to do, and the next 50 years would truly be an affair to remember. Now let's talk about those 50 years he spent with me. I'm sure most of you would agree, unlike me, Ron always had a smile on his face. Of course, he was a little different with me, but he made me laugh, and we did have a fun marriage. With 1 year under our belts, we bought our first home. At 21, Ron became a homeowner, and with his sense of logic and willingness to work, he efficiently was able to maintain his domain. 4 years later, and for 20 years thereafter, he became the owner of a business, again. With logic, mechanical knowledge, and a dedication, money was made, and thanks to me, a good portion was saved. Just before turning 30, our accountant encouraged him to invest in a larger property to provide us with a nicer environment and a better tax write-off. Now Ron had the responsibility of maintaining an acre of land in the house on the hill that he dreamed of as a kid. Here Ron enjoyed lots of dancing, entertaining gang members, world travel, and was scuba certified. He loved animals and was the perfect dad to 9 dogs. In retirement at age 63, we wound up here, where we met all of you. And the saga of the gang continued. With you, he spent lots of time bartending in various clubs, and here at home as chef, photographer, and host. Here are some tidbits about Ron. He was a super date when we went out, but every night at home, with a candle lit on the table and delectable dinner, eating out became a rarity, as you all know. As all of you know also, he became a talented chef. Though not big on compliments, he would help me pick jewelry and other accessories. Compliment taken. Also, we were always on the same track. One Valentine's Day, not our favorite holiday, since to us every day was Valentine's Day, with no idea of what to buy each other, we wound up purchasing Snoopy keychains. Very romantic. Oh, I even cleaned them. Wait, I gotta find my place. CVS had a variety, but we bought the exact same ones for each other. Now that's truly romantic.
Deb, can you make the music go up? Can you turn this off?
Now let's talk about this last year. I won't deny it was tough. I became the dreaded caregiver, a job I would not wish on my worst enemy. As Ron was dragged from hospital to hospital, doctor to doctor, and lab to lab, all with the hope of living a bit longer with cancer. And he did. Yes, he actually lived with cancer, which is what MD Anderson is all about. In between all the medical stuff, we went to the movies, listened to music in Nocatee, enjoyed karaoke night with Chrissy, had parties, went to pool parties and meetings, celebrated holidays, and did I mention, we bartended. And we did it with all of you. Though Ron is not physically here, he is with us. Me, his wife of 50 years. His beloved dogs, Brooke and Blaze, and all the folks he came to love so much. Yeah, we'll miss him. But please help me keep his memory alive by thinking of him occasionally. I've heard that's how we keep loved ones with us. Now it's time to join our very special friend Chrissy as she leads us in prayer.